In this video you will see a battle of composers between me and my friend William. We randomly get 1 of 10 different topics about which we will write a music piece and 24 hours to write it. We can use every tools and write in any genre. But in 24 hours we have to present our work and find out who did the best. Spoiler, the final is something incredible. So randomly we've got the fantasy topic, which means that by the composition we should transport listener into the magical world. I never wrote compositions that based on the fantasy topic, so I start thinking what exactly I want to show by my fantasy music piece and how I can show it.
YouTube ideas are down, let me tell you that much. My piece sounds fantastic. I have quite a few ideas. The one I think I'm going to start off with is just this sort of like open-y sound, like a just the same repeated note, and then I have this sequence of which sounds quite dreamy because it's down full tones, and then interrupted because of the half like semitone.
As we need to create some fantasy style, I try to see some sound from another world. It should be something unusual, something from space. Okay, so I think I've got a tune, which will sound something like this. So once I created the tune, I started to think what the instruments I can use for it. Alright, so for the start for my tune, I choose the main instrument as a harp. We'll see how it will sound. So as our main idea to create a fantasy sound, I try to think about some fantasy land, forest with the water. And also, when I'm thinking about fantasy, I have in my head I associate it with Avatar, the way of water. I don't know why. And I will make it quite waves, like waves. It will sound like water in fantasy land.
I have an idea of what I want to do with the fantasy. I want to create this sort of like broken feeling, almost like a legend, that it's like a normal piece, but it's broken up by things that's like, as the story has gone throughout time, it's been disrupted and whatever. So that's my plan.
The process of creating a music piece may seem a little complicated to you. That's why I strongly recommend you to watch my previous video where I showed the best way to write your first music piece. Even if you don't want to write music by yourself, it will still help you to understand the music on the next level. You can find a link to this video in the comments below. Enjoy!
I'm pretty sure it starts in 11/8. Alright, so I just want to get this repeated note. Pedal that. When it gets to here, I want to get rid of the accents, I think. Okay.
Alright, time to write every ideas that I have. Usually this process takes a bit of time. So I tried new things, I experimented, I worked, I wrote, I created, and then I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I realized that I have a meeting in 40 minutes in another side of the city. So I went to the meeting and didn't write anything for 2 hours.
I'm thinking adding some like flute over the top would sound nice.
Finally I came back home at 8:30 and continued work on my piece. Currently I have quite nice idea and I will try to show it. Finally. Okay, now it's time to sleep. So, I still have 2 hours and 16 minutes. I already have a tune, already have an accompaniment. I still don't have a nice sound. But I still have 2 hours to make it better. So I sat down at the computer, opened my music program and was ready to finish my piece of music. But unexpectedly, the file with the music wasn't safe. I lost my notes and basically everything that I did yesterday. That was a big shock for me. And the meeting gonna take place in less than 2 hours. But I didn't have time to complain. I had time to rewrite the work I had already done.
Alright, I've just woken up, it's a new day. I'm just about to add the final touches before we cool again at 10:30. So I'm going to do that now. But my plan is to take the same 11/8 section from before, like the from earlier, but then put it with these chords, which is what I'm doing now. And then does the violin work with that? It does. And then try and round it off. I'm not the best at rounding off pieces, so either my pieces will get long enough until I feel like I've done what I want with them, and obviously after just working it a day at one piece, you can't really say that it's done yet. I think that's good. Yeah. 25 minutes to swear? Might as well just listen to it again and again and again and again.
Okay, so I rewrite my composition and we have about 15 minutes. Yeah, we have about 15 minutes. I think it should be fine. Now we just wait for William and then we'll have a meeting where we will show each other's work that we done. Finally, we met with William at Discord and started to share an experience of the creation process. This morning, when I woke up and I checked my score, I realized that it didn't save.
Oh, that's awful.
So today morning I wanted to do some orchestration or something like this, but rather than this I just rewrite my previous score.
When you were talking or looking at like fantasy and stuff, what was your approach when you saw that prompt?
So actually it was quite difficult for me because I never created music based on some tale or something like this fantasy style. But immediately after we got this topic, I started thinking about some story kind of. For example, have you watched last Avatar: The Way of Water?
Oh, Avatar: The Way of the Water.
Yes.
Yes, I
So
have.
this picture of water, like planet, and around its water, it was like my main idea while I tried to create a piece. So I tried to show this fantasy style, but still the main idea was to show the way of water.
Nice. Wow, that was really nice. I really feel the water in a way. Like it sounds like water.
I tried to show this feeling of fairy tale, but this shows the way of water, this moving very slightly, very carefully.
Oh, that's really cool. That sounds really good.
Thank you. Now I would like to hear your work. And
Yeah.
could you please tell more about the process of creation? Was it hard? Was it annoying?
Sure.
Have you
So
ever in a situation like me?
when I did mine, I sort of started by just doing some stuff at the piano and just sort of messing around with what I wanted. Because when I started writing it, I thought, what does fantasy really mean? And I sort of had two different meanings I wanted to explore. One way was this sort of fantasy that's similar to yours, like a fantasy adventure or a fantasy book or like a children's fantasy and stuff like that. And then I also had ancient legends. And I thought how it was interesting to me how tales have been passed down through like thousands of years. And as they've been passed down, they've slowly changed or deformed or become broken. And they aren't what they originally were, and now they have become sort of stories and legends.
Ah, wow, this idea sounds really good.
But yeah, I also was quite inspired by the minimalist composer Steve Reich when I was writing this. A piece that he wrote called Music for 18 Musicians. And I used some stuff from that I was inspired by, sort of techniques and stuff. I put it in 11/8 because I wanted that sort of like broken feel in a weird time signature. But it's grouped in like a 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2.
Okay.
That was incredible.
Thank you. So the first half is like the broken legend or whatever, broken story. And
Yeah,
the
and the
second
first
half
part
is
is my
kids'
favorite.
fantasy.
It was incredible start.
Thank you. Wow,
My
thank you so
God.
much.
We definitely will do level round 2.
Okay, definitely, yeah. But yeah,
Just-
this
yeah,
has been
and-
really fun.
As you can see, when the student conveys the topic of fantasy in completely different ways, whereas I convey calmness and fluidity, William, on the contrary, showed more dynamics and, as he called it himself, a broken style. And only you can decide who won this battle. So write in the comments your winner and see you next video.